This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. So in this video, we'll try to see how to crack IIT JEE Mains 2024. Okay, so this exam, it is only in this month, it will start. So whatever days we have left, obviously, I hope it will try to give you some inspiration how to crack this exam. Okay, so first of all, we'll have some overview regarding this exam. And this exam, as you can see, JEE, the full form is Joint Entrance Examination, JE and E. So it is an all India Common Engineering Entrance Examination, and this is administered by NTA. NTA is National Testing Agency, and this is for admission to different engineering colleges throughout the country. Okay, so this is the basic requirement if we that is if you want to pursue career in this field. Now JEE, it is divided in two parts, and these two parts, as you can see, JEE Main and JEE Advanced. Though in today's video our focus is on JEE Main, but we'll try to see what is the difference between these two and why these two exams are required under JEE. Fine. So JEE Main, which is our today's topic, it is used to gain admission to Indian Institutes of Information Technology. In short, we call it IITs. That is, there are different technology institutions. So that is why IITs. And also National Institute of Technologies, NITS. And there may be some other central or state government or government aided institutes. So for all this, covering all this, if we want to get admission, we require this exam to crack. Then what is the requirement of JEE Advanced? JEE Advanced, as you can see from the name, it is advanced. That means it is used to gain admission to the Indian Institute of Technologies, IITs, and only the students who can clear the cutoff for the first exam, which is JEE Main. Only those students are eligible to take JEE Advanced. So JEE Advanced, that will be discussed in separate video. This video is only for JEE Main. So it is the first step. If we want to pursue next to JEE Advanced, first we have to clear this exam, JEE Main. And what is the cutoff of JEE Main? That depends on so many things, and year to year that may vary also. Now we will try to see next what is the exam pattern for this JEE Main. It is not that it is only for 2024. This pattern, it is going on for the previous few years. Okay, so this JEE Main 2024 and also in other years also, it consists of two papers. Now our focus is on paper 1, BTech BE. So paper 1, where it is done for Bachelor of Technology and Bachelor of Engineering, and paper 2, which is basically session 2. This is session 1, this is session 2, and that is for Bachelor of Architecture and Bachelor of Planning, and that is in April month. Okay. Now, as it is for chemistry subject, and that is present only in paper 1, so that is why here our focus will be paper 1, which is conducted for undergraduate engineering programs, BTech BE, and if you are interested in paper 2, that is basically conducted for undergraduate architecture and planning programs. Okay, so we are discussing the subject chemistry, how to crack it, and that will be only in paper 1. Fine. So this exam, that is BE BTech, it consists of 90 questions, and all are of multiple choice questions type. Okay, and they are carrying total 300 marks. Now when I'm saying 90 MCQs and 300 marks, that is basically comprising all the three subjects, that is physics, chemistry, math, not only chemistry. So details of this, that is how it is divided between these three subjects, chemistry, physics, math, that we'll see in the next slide. So right now we are just seeing how many total questions. It is 90. What is the total marks? It is 300. Fine. Next, it is not mandatory for the candidates to attempt all the questions. That is, it is not that you have to attend all the questions that you will be given, but it is always better to attempt more questions, because more you are attempting question, obviously correct answer, because there is negative marking. So more is the chance to get higher marks and ultimately higher ranking. Candidates can easily change their answers at any point during the examination. So as it is online exam, so you will get that privilege. And how to do so, details of that is how the screen will look, we will also see that later. Right now, just remember this fact that you can change your answer. It is not way much sheet based, where once you have filled the circle, then you are done with the answer. It is not like that. If you can want to change, you can do so. More details related to the exam pattern, if you are that is, if you have further question, that you can get in the information brochure. Because today we are focusing on how to crack it, especially for chemistry. So this exam, it is conducted over a period of 5 to 6 days, because there are so many number of students are appearing for this exam is very high. So that is why it is done over a period of 5 to 6 days, so that per days, that is, it can be divided between several sections. Okay, so 5 to 6 days. Now in 2024, it will start from 24 January up to 1st February. Okay, and in each day there is actually 2 shifts. Now the first shift, it is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., 3 hours as you can see, and the second shift, that is 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now if you consider 2 shifts per day, so you can understand if it is 5 to 6 days, so there will be 10 to 12 shifts per session. So per session means we are talking about session 1, which is paper 1, and not session 2 we are talking about. So 5 to 6 days, each day 2 shifts, that means 12 to 10 shifts. So you can understand for all these shifts there will be different question papers. As this exam conducted in multiple shifts, each shift has different sets of questions, but obviously the difficulty level, and if you consider the overall pattern, it will remain the same, because ultimately students will be judged on the same level. Okay, so suppose you are in one shift and another student that is in different shift, you will get different question, but difficulty level, overall pattern will be same, but specific question that will obviously vary to some extent. The questions are carefully designed to assess the knowledge, skill, aptitude of the candidates in a comprehensive and unbiased manner. So though there will be different set of questions papers, so that it is not common question, because someone will give exam in 9 to 12 and then another person will give it to another shift or another day. So question cannot be same. So different question papers will be set, but remember, it is designed in such a way so that it can, by these exams, it is possible to assess knowledge, skill, aptitude of the candidates in a comprehensive and obviously unbiased manner. Now in this table you can see the exam pattern in detail. The exam mode is online, so it is computer based, that is desktop. Number of sections for this paper 1 that we are talking about, physics, chemistry, math. So this is our topic. And duration of the exam, it is 3 hours. In minute, if you consider 180 minutes, 4 hours for BWD candidates. Now there are actually 2 sections. If you consider section A, there is these 3 subjects, and for each subject you have to answer 20 questions. Fine, and there is no choice. Whatever number of questions are there, you have to give the answer. And in case of section B, here the question is numerical value type. We'll also see sample of question, how it looks. So numerical value type, but in this case you will get some choices. That is, there will be total 10 questions, but you have to answer only 5. That means suppose if you are considering chemistry, then 20 questions you have to answer for section A, and 5 out of 10 that you have to answer for B. So total there will be 25 questions. Fine. So if it is 25 questions and each question is carrying +4 marks, negative obviously -1. If you are not answering, it doesn't matter anything, 0 marks deducted. Now 25 into 4, that means it will be 100 marks for each subject. So for chemistry it will be 100 marks, but if you consider other subjects, that is also 100 marks. So that is why it is 300 marks. 100, 100, 100. So that is the maximum answer. Suppose all the 25 questions you have answered, that means it is 300 marks maximum. And there are different languages of paper that you can opt for. Here you can see the sample question that you will get in section A. So see, in section A, as it is asking what is A, there is some description related to A. So you have to choose any compound between among these four options. Similarly, another example also you can see which one of this question, which one of this following set represent collection of isoelectronic species. So here also you have to choose just one option. And here some extra informations are given that you have to use. Not always, sometimes there may be. And what about the numerical value type? It is in section B. So here you can see, look at the first question. It is asking the wavelength in nanometer. So you have to put this figure in the fill in the blocks, fill in the gaps, nearest integer basically. So here there is nothing that you have to choose. You just have to put the value, right? Now look at the second question. At a first glance, it seems that you have to choose answer, but actually it is not. Look at the question carefully, read it carefully. It is simply asking among the following compounds, a number of those present in copper matte. So number of those, it is not that which compound is present in copper matte. It is the number that you have to put. And basically when you will get numerical question, the option of the, that is the screen in, you will be able to see, that is you will be able to put the number. It is designed in such a way. So looking at this question, it seems as if it is sanction, but actually it is not. So actually only CO2s is present. So the answer is here 1. So it is numerical value type. So section A, section B, these are the sample questions for chemistry. Now what about the syllabus? As you can see in the syllabus, physical chemistry, near about weightage, if you consider, as the number of chapters are also very high, it is around 36, that is out of 100. For inorganic, number of chapters comparatively less, so it is also near about 30, and for organic chemistry again it is 35 around. Now which one you will give most preference, that I can give you some idea. So here if you focus on thermodynamics, then we have chemical bonding, then we have P block, and we have coordination compound. So these will be, you should give more preference. And after that, the medium preference, if we consider, obviously you will cover all these syllabus, but still if we talk about more probability to get questions, then you should focus on solution, that is a medium probability. I'm talking about solution. Then we have equilibrium, and here from organic chemistry, these organic compounds containing oxygen, that means alcohols, phenols, ethers, carboxylic acid, ketones. I'm talking about those compounds related questions, and some basic principles of organic chemistry. So this is such a unit where it is very versatile. So many different types of questions you can get here. For example, isomerism nomenclature like this. So here we have some basic idea from which chapters you can get questions in exam. Now the preparation tips and tricks that we have to take care. Make a timetable that you can follow. Though a few days are left, but still you can follow this. If you have already started to follow your own timetable, that is very good. I congratulate you. But still, if you haven't done still now, then please make whatever days left a timetable that you can follow. So it is not that for everyone there will be a common timetable. It is not possible, because your that depends on your lifestyle, your environment at home. So whatever it is, at least make a timetable, and obviously it should be realistic, that you can follow. It is not something that you cannot follow, because once you can follow it, suppose you have made a timetable and you are able to follow it, then it will give you some confidence. Okay, so make some realistic timetable, and this will assist you in determining when and how much you should study. So if the timetable is ready at your hand, then every day when you wake up, you don't have to think about what to do, what to read. So it should be already prefix, so that every day you know what you will do. Okay, once you have finished creating it, stick to it, don't change it so much, and make it in such a way so that you can follow it every day. The more you will be able to follow it every day, it will give you confidence. Set smaller and more attainable goals. As I have said, make it realistic so that you can actually follow it. And what I'm trying to say by that you can attain smaller and more attainable goal. That means suppose you have selected a small unit, though that depends on at which condition you are. If your that is preparation is very good, then you can choose a bigger unit or the unit that you want to cover first. That is up to you. I'm just giving you a primary idea what you can do, because it may vary for every student, right? So as finishing a small unit in an hour, suppose you if you're not feeling very confident, you can start with some small unit, or you can start with a simple basic unit that you'll be able to finish faster, because once you are you have already finished it, then you are going to the next unit, it will give you some confidence. Okay, and if you are already confident that you can finish some bigger unit or more challenging unit, then also it is okay. For small unit, maybe you can choose the periodic table unit, because if the basic idea of periodic table is clear, it will also help you to answer question from so many other units, because this is a basic unit. That is, a basic ideas must be clear, and this is such a unit. So if your periodic table ideas are very clear, then you can answer S block question, P block question very easily, or D block question, that is coordination compounds, very easily, because now you know the electronic configuration very well. You must balance academics and other responsibilities when you are preparing for any competitive exam, right? So keep it in mind. Once you have made the timetable, next is study plan. Now, study plan and timetable is whatever time you will choose to continue your study. And study plan means, suppose today you will read only physical chemistry, tomorrow you will read organic chemistry. Now, it is up to you, whichever way you feel comfortable, but there must be some study plan. So self-study means only you will be there. It is not that you are hearing something or you are watching some video. I'm not talking about that. Self-study means it is only you and whatever you are reading, right, or watching. That is not, you can watch something video, but not direct. You are not doing any direct conversation. That is a study plan. So it will give you deeper comprehension of the material. When you are there and only the study material, you will be able to get the deeper comprehension of the material, and there will be no other influence. Okay, and it will obviously raise some questions and doubts when you are actually going through this study material. So obviously it will raise some questions or doubts that you can find answer later. So when you are studying a particular unit or chapter, if there is any questions or doubts arising in your mind, just make some notes in a separate notebook, right? Divide the chapters wisely. You can study one easy chapter between two difficult ones. So suppose you are studying thermodynamics and you are studying some organic chemistry, that is just consider the basic principles. So these two chapters are very big, very versatile, and it requires very much concentration, right? So it will be more, you have to be highly give high concentration. So what I'm saying that you can study one easy chapter. So suppose you are choosing the P block chapter in between these two, so it is comparatively easier. So if you are after just reading thermodynamics, next if you are choosing basic principles of organic chemistry, it may be laborious for you. So that is why I'm saying you can choose one easy chapter between two difficult ones. But again, it is not a fixed rule. It may vary person to person. Okay. Practice test question from the chapter studied the same day. So once you have finished the chapters, the next thing that you have to do, practice some test questions. Now it is not always it has to be previous year question. You can start from some questions that is already in NCERT books, and you can start from that. You can start from simple question, and if you are able to answer those questions, then you can go for some previous year question or mock test. Make notes once you have finished in the entire chapter. So once you have finished the entire chapters, and you can also do so when you are actually going through the chapters. So suppose in basic principles of organic chemistry, when you are actually going through the isomerism, you can make some flow chart that is in your own way. I'm not saying that copy paste from someone, you can also do so, but make your own notes when you are actually doing reading the chapters, and that you can show simultaneously. Suppose you are reading a particular portion, suppose you are reading chain isomerism, then you make some notes. Or if you are not comfortable with that, you can completely finish the chapter and then you can make some notes. So whatever way you like, but make your own notes. So why it is required? Because suppose at the exam day or the 2 days before, it is not possible to read the whole book again, and then the small notes which you have made in your own way, you don't have to copy any others. It is just for your convenience. So whatever way you like it, do it, but it is important to do, because just before the exam, if you just have a glance over your own notes that you have made on your own, it will obviously help you. So make notes once you have finished the chapters, or when you are going through the chapter simultaneously. And there will be some formulas and numerical questions, especially in physical chemistry. And so that is why it is important to make notes for formulas and numerical questions. That is the formulas that will help you to answer numerical question in separate notebooks for this purpose. Okay, that is very important. So that before exam you can have a quick look. And these formulas written are lot of written practice. That is, just once you have finished the chapter, close the book, practice some question, so that you can check yourself whether you can write the formulas or you can remember the formulas, you can apply the formulas and get the final answer. Okay, so this requires separate practice, obviously. I'm talking about the formula based numerical questions. So it will help you, if you follow all these points, it will help you to stay on track, focus. And last but not the least, don't forget to relax, because if you are not relaxing at a stage, if you are studying and studying, it will not give you, that is, after one time, your brain will be saturated. So you must relax at least for 30 minutes before you are going to the next chapters, so that you can feel fresh and you can start another chapter easily. You will be able to concentrate easily. So don't forget to relax. Fine. Choose the reference books intelligently. Though few days are left, but still, if you are thinking about this, you should not waste much time just to search for the books. Not just we don't have much time now. In general, also choose it very intelligently. Okay, you can take advice from your seniors or someone who has already appeared for this exam. So the market, actually, there is so many reference books are available for such difficult tests. If you are really confused, the easiest way you can do is start from NCERT, because it will, that is, if you are very beginner in this field, then it will help you. NCERT books, it is very easy to read, and once you have finished it, you can go for some other books. So though I am saying that choose the books intelligently, but you have to remember, the only trend that JEE Mains exhibit is its emphasis on the in-depth knowledge of the student. So it is not simply you are mugging up or remembering some concept. That is not. So in-depth knowledge is very important. That is a basic knowledge, whether it is clear or not. So that any unusual question or unexpected question when you are facing, you will not be tensed. Okay, with calm mind you can answer, and that you can do only when your basics are clear. So, and the questions are designed in such a way that they will it will check your in-depth knowledge whether it is clear or not. So that is why, though it is important to choose books intelligently, but don't waste much time on this, rather than simply remembering the concept and also on applying one knowledge to new or unexpected unusual situations. Suppose you have already solved some previous year's question, and if you are thinking that the question that you will actually get, it will always have the same pattern or same format, it may not be so. There may be some unexpected question, it will be designed, or the question is set up in a different way, unusual way. But if your basics are clear, you will not be tensed. Okay, student can't afford to waste time searching for incorrect books and study material, so choose it wisely. Be aware and curious when you are learning. So when you are going through a particular chapters, you have started particular chapters, obviously some questions will arise, some doubts will arise, and that is very, very normal. See, if questions are arising, that means you are actually trying to understand. It is a positive sign. Questions arising doesn't mean you do not understand. It means you are trying to understand, that is good. So be aware and curious. Any question you should always ask. Don't feel shy. So don't hesitate to ask your teachers or peers questions if you are stuck on any issue. And once the doubts are the doubts are not clear, you should ask the question again and again. And basically constructing a good question, that is also a way it shows that you are actually trying to understand, you are actually trying to comprehend the chapters. Then only the questions are arising. So don't forget to clear your doubts. And when questions are arising, write it in separate notebook, so that once you have finished the chapters, all the questions, all the doubts are in front of you in the same page. Okay, then ask someone, teachers or peers. In this way, you can broaden your expertise. The more question you will ask, the more answer will be clear. You will gain confidence, broaden your expertise, solve comparable complex challenges by asking questions. So when you are actually solving some problem, then also some questions may arise. Don't forget to clear your doubts. Remember that focusing solely on mugging a concept will not help you at all crack the question. So the same thing that I am saying in the previous box, that the only trend this exam exhibit, it is emphasis on in-depth knowledge. So solely mugging up, you are simply remembering the concept without any clear understanding. It will not help you, because the questions are designed only in that way. It will test your basic knowledge. Okay, so even if you are thinking that it will waste your time if you go in depth, but still I'll suggest, don't mugging up the don't just simply mugging up the concept. If you are able to finish suppose 4 to 5 chapters in a particular day, and if you are thinking I have covered 4 to 5 chapters but your basics are not clear, then it will be of no use. If you can finish two chapters, but with confidence you can say that yes, I can answer any question, then it is better to compare to the situation where you have marked up 3 to 4 chapters. So 1 to 2 chapters, even whatever you are doing in a particular day or in an hour, it should be solid. So I'm giving more, I'm trying to say that focus more on quality, not quantity. Obviously quantity required, but quality is more important. Solve PYQs, that is previous year's questions, and obviously mock test. So previous year question, why it is important? Because see, for each year, there are 10 to 12 shifts. That means there will be 10 to 12 type of question paper, though the difficulty level is more or less same. But each year, if there is so many question paper, that means sometime there will be some repetition. Even if it is not repeated, the style of question, the structure of question, the way it is asking, this will be same. Maybe slight values are or data is changed, but the main format will be same. So more you solve the previous year's question, you will have some grasp over the question structure, right? It is vital for having better idea how to deal with question when you are actually in the exam hall. And also giving mock test is very important, because now you will have the actual feel. Because if you already have the previous idea of the field that you are going to face in the exam hall several times, you will not be tensed when actually you will be starting the exam. Okay, so mock test is very important, and as it is online test, several things, if you already have previous idea, it will obviously help. We'll also see how the screen looks. But remember, don't forget to solve PYQs once you have gained confidence over a particular chapter. So chapter wise, there will be some previous year's questions, and once you have finished all the chapters, you have finished all the syllabus, then you can start mock test, because in mock test there will be questions from all the chapters. So it will give you the resolving PYQs, it will give you a speed and accuracy. The more you will practice, and especially for the challenging question where you have to give more time, or you have to think more, right? Such test papers will give you vision into the types of question that may actually appear in the question and the difficulty level. Fine. So this will help you to identify your weak points, even if you, that is if you have any. I'm not saying you will have weak points, but even if it is there, it is fine. It is normal. And only you can identify your weak points only when you are facing those mock tests, only when you are solving actually the PYQs. Otherwise, how you will find at what chapters you are actually weak? Because sometimes when you are preparing the chapter, you are studying the chapters, it is not always easy to understand whether you are actually gaining some in-depth knowledge or not. Still there is some weak points or not. It is not always easy to understand. But when you will actually solve question from that particular chapter that you have just finished, what will happen? You will be able to understand weak points, because maybe in some chapters the question you can answer very easily, but in some chapters you are not having very speed. That means those chapters you have to revise more and more. So how you will identify weak points? Obviously by solving PYQs and undergoing mock test. Now once you have finished all the chapters, then revise as much as you can. So I hope that only few days are left. You have already finished the chapters. So now is basically the time for most of you to revise the chapters as much as you can. So basic ideas are actually required, must be crystal clear to answer PYQs and also for mock test. So basic ideas will be clear. So suppose you have read it few months before, but if you are revising it, obviously that is brushing up the chapters again and again. It will help you because the syllabus is really extensive. So that is why comprehensive revision is required to actually get crystal clear idea about the chapters. Regular revision, obviously if you have already finished, and I hope you have already finished it. So regular revision will improve your knowledge, retention, understanding of the subject. So just having knowledge is not enough. It has to be retained. If it is not retained, if you are forgetting after some days, then how it will help? So that is why revision is very much required. Now, how we will revise, that is whether all the physical chapters together or after finishing that, then you are starting all the chapters under organic chemistry. That is up to you, whichever way you feel confident. Because some student may be more confident in a particular chemistry, that is inorganic or organic. Some students may not have same kind of confidence in that. So it is up to you which way you like. That is according to your study plan. It doesn't has to be study plan of any other person. Don't copy anyone, make your own study plan, whichever way you feel it is right. Keep positive mindset. That is the most important when you are taking the preparation, because these are the times the more you are going to that is you are going closer to the actual exam day. It may be difficult to keep the positive mindset, but you have to do so for your own sake, right? So it may be difficult sometimes in this preparation period to maintain a positive mindset, because it is very natural, I can understand. But because if you are not able to solve some mock test or some questions and the days are closer, you can get tensed. But keep positive mindset, because during this preparation process, because good outcome, if you're thinking about the good outcome, whatever you are imagining about yourself, it affects your mind in a huge way, right? So always think about the good outcomes. Never be discouraged if you are entering a doubt or fall. But even if in the last few days, if you are entering some doubt, don't be tensed, and your focus should be how to solve the problem. Even if you are having any doubt or fall, just it's okay, it's fine. Your focus should be how you can get the solution for your doubts. So ask, don't shy, don't feel shy, just do it. To clear your focus is to clear your ideas, that's it. Whether you are falling again and again, it doesn't matter. Maintaining all this will also enhance your confidence and ultimately good results. So whatever I have mentioned until this point, that is for the preparation tips and tricks. If you can maintain this more or less, obviously it will enhance your confidence and ultimately it will be leading you to good results. Okay, so keep positive mindset, don't forget about this. Now the things that you should keep in mind when you are in the actual days, that is the JEE main exam day, some points you should keep in mind. Don't start any new topic that is at the day or in the 2 days or 1 days before. Only revise the essential topics. If you have already finished everything, it is fine. But suppose if that situation is not arising, don't start any new topic. It will only make you more tense. So don't do so. Only revise the essential topics or the topics that you have already covered according to the syllabus. Avoid studying for lengthy periods on the exam day or the day before the exam day, because if you are more physically tired, it will not ultimately help you. So eat well, eat healthily, and sleep early and soundly. Sleep is very important. Your brain needs rest the day before the exam or 2 days before the exam. Okay, so don't be tensed. Take care of yourself. Candidates should reach the examination hall at least 45 minutes before the exam. And once you have reached there, don't talk with others. That will not help you. Try to be calm and wait patiently. Don't talk with other people so many times. That will not help you. And students should remember to carry the ID proofs, whatever documents, you know that very well. I Even if I don't say it is okay, but still I'm just giving you a remembrance that these are don't forget to carry all your documents and make it ready the day before. Don't do it at the examination day. Even the center is closed at your home, but still don't do it. Just make it ready the previous day, and that is the documents without which you will not be allowed. Be very careful. Although you obviously all of you know that no electronic devices including all these books, notebooks are allowed, but still again I am saying, because there will be strict checking. Now, I will advise you, if it is possible, because it may not be possible for everyone. If you have time to visit the exam center before the examinations, few days before, so that you can have some idea how long, and at the same time. So suppose if you are shipped at a particular time, so just go to that place at the same time, so that you can have some idea how long it is taking to get there. Fine. So do it if it is possible. Now the things to keep in mind in once you have entered the exam hall. Obviously, you should maintain positive attitude and remain calm. Verify that all the information on the attendance sheet is correct. That is, you have filled correct. Signatures are made in the designated column or place. So if you remain calm and composed, then only you can keep all these things in mind, right? Don't be distracted by the exam hall environment. It is very natural to do so, but don't do it. Don't talk with other people. Don't be engaged in any type of discussion with other students. That will not help you. Just remain calm and composed. So obviously it is during the exam, and during the exam you will not get time, or invigilator will be there, and not before the exam also. Don't do this, okay? Because ultimately it will not help you. You will be tempted to talk, but remain calm and composed. Just focus whatever you are going to do. Focus on the exam, what you will do after some time. Now, if I say about time management, once the time starts, obviously instruction reading is very important. Sometimes in a question there is some particular instructions mentioned, so you should read that. That is general instruction as well as instruction for each question. There may be some instruction, and why it is important, because instructions are there for a reason. It is not there for just without any reason. So that is, it is important to comprehend them completely. Now you can take a quick look at the whole paper. And as there is time restriction, because see, if I say that is chemistry question only 25, and there is total uh, 3 hours, so per hour it is 60 minutes. So for 25 questions, 60 minutes, if I consider it 2.4 minutes per question. So I'm talking about a particular subject, chemistry, for this whatever I'm discussing, that is for chemistry. So for chemistry, if you consider is 2.4 minutes, which is not much. So as there is time restriction, don't stick to a single question for too long. If it is you are having any doubt, just skip it and go to the next question. Now in this way, when you go to the next question, whenever you are finding any simple question, just do it. It will also boost your confidence. and you can keep the difficult question aside so that you can answer later, as it is online. So I will show you how it looks in the next slide. And obviously don't make any wild guess, because you have seen there is a negative marking -1. So you have to be very cautious. Only for those questions attend first with which you are confident. And once you have finished, suppose some questions, it will give you some confidence, right? And the difficult ones you can face later. Now the screen will look like this. National Testing Agency, you can look at this. So here we have, you'll see, save and next, save and mark for review, clear response, mark for review, and next. Now here all these boxes that you are seeing, as the question one is select, we are right now at this screen, so that is why it is now red. Now it means it is not answered. So it is not answered, so that is why it will red means it is not answered. And 89, suppose rest of the 89 question it is not yet visited, total 90 question, so you are now at 1, so 89 not visited. Suppose you have already visited, then it will not be counted under this category. And 0 means it is already answered. Now there is 2 more colors, purple. So purple with green dot, purple without green dot, it means mark for review. But suppose purple with green dot, that means it is already answered, but still it is marked for review. So if you have answered it, but you have marked it for review so that you can come back later, then it will, and if somehow you forget to come back later, remember that will be considered for evaluation. But for this category, where it is only marked for review, that means it is not answered. You will just come back later. And if you forget to come back later, it will not be considered under evaluation. So that is the difference between these two purple. Purple with green dot, without green dot. And if you are saving and next, it is a green color, that means you have already fixed the answer, you cannot change it. But if you have save and mark for review, then you can come back later, you can change it. But remember, if you forget it, it will be saved, it will be considered for evaluation. And there is a chance for clear response and mark for review and next, that means you can go to next question. And save and next means it is already, you have selected the answer. So this will look like this, and here the time will be ticking, so that you can look at, check time always. So these are the advantage of online test. Even if you are giving wrong answer, it is not OMR sheet that you have already circle, that is black circle you have made and you cannot change it. It's not like that, you can come back later. So that is the advantage. So be clear about this screen, how it looks, and when you will do the mock test, you will already have these ideas. That is, it is important to go for mock test, right? So at the end of this video, I wish you good luck for your exam and thank you for your time.